Hi everybody, Shane R. Monroe here, and today we're going to be looking at the CarlinKit A2A wireless Android auto adapter. This is for people that have a wired Android auto experience, but you would love to get rid of that cable. I've done an AAWireless video as well. How does this stack up? What's going to be the best bang for your buck? All of that is coming up, so stick around. Okay, so essentially this device is used to bypass the need for a cable to give you Android Auto while you're on the go. That way you can use your maps and play music, all that good stuff. It claims to be plug and play for a fast connection, online upgradable. Yeah, you guys know what you're looking for, right? You're looking for a way to enjoy Android Auto without the cable. My AAWireless review was very, very popular. And so when CarlinKit offered to send me a demo unit for testing, then I said, yeah, I'd like to compare and see what else is out there. And so that is what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at this device and see how it stands up to the AAWireless. And if there's any sort of strange anomalies, how it performed on the road, we're going to do all of that in this video right now. But first, let's take a look at the device itself. We'll unpack the box and see what's in there. Okay, so I literally haven't even opened this yet, so you'll be seeing it for the first time that I see it here on camera. So let's go ahead and get this guy open and see what's in the box. Okay, so fairly simple, small box. It's attractive, it looks easy enough. Let's go ahead and get this guy open. Here are the specs on the back. You can also, of course, have probably already seen it on the website. Let's tear this little guy open and see what we've got going on. I'm gonna clip this off here and let's get this thing opened up. Isn't there something like super special and fun about taking cellophane off of a box? I don't know what it is, but it suits me. All right, so let's see, how do we get this guy out? It looks like maybe it slides out, maybe not. There we go. All right. You have to be 10% smarter than the box that you're working with in order to get this to work out. Okay, so let's open the box. Basic instruction manual here. Let's take a quick peek. Okay, well, it's in English. That's a huge plus. Sometimes they're not. And you can pause this at your leisure. Definitely says there's something about doing an update in here. And the backside, not in English. Okay. Well, this should be easy enough. Let's see how easy this thing is to use. We're going to go ahead and open up the box here with, there we go. Okay, so we have a couple of cables under here. Looks like we have the dongle itself. Pretty straightforward. It's attractive. It looks nice. It's sleek. And what do we have here? We have USB-C to USB-A. Okay, maybe for updates or something, or connecting to the car, and USB-C to USB-C, which could also be connecting to the car or some other device. Let's take a look here. Looks like we have USB-C in, maybe some vents here, and then something to plug a cable into. Not really sure what's going on with that, but hey, let's go set it up in the car and see how well it works, because that's what we're really here to do. So let's move to the car now. Okay, so now we're in the car. I've got the device, and I'm going to plug it into my Android Auto USB. Very short cable here, so you might want to get something a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and plug the device in. And on my phone, I will need to connect to this device via Bluetooth in order for everything to work right. And I've done that off camera. I will show you what the device selection screen looks like, but it's really pretty straightforward. So this is booting up. I've got a red blinking light. Okay. The car now sees it, so I'm going to go ahead and enable the device. And according to the instructions, the next thing I should see is Android Auto available. So let's take a look. There it is. 9 minutes. There she is. Okay. So I'm going to hit Android Auto. And let's see what we got. Wow, that was remarkably easy. There's no app to install. Everything seems to be here. And all I had to do was plug this in, connect to Bluetooth, and then say yes on my car to accept it as a device. This was considerably easier than AAWireless that had to install an app and everything else. Now, what I don't have here, I have a green light here, by the way, if you can't see that. What I don't know how to do is how to upgrade this device. How do I do a firmware upgrade? How do I make it better if there's a problem down the road?
It is definitely far more plug and play than the AAWireless. Now what we need to do is take it on the road and make sure that it stays connected, that there's no problems. We're going to do that, and then I'll come back and give you my final verdict.
Okay, so let's take a look at the update process, because this is where things get a little funky, and we live in an app-driven society and there's no app involved here, so I definitely wanted to make sure that I showed how this process worked. Now, I'm not in the car right now. I've just got this thing powered up and connected to my phone. It doesn't really know the difference, and we don't need it to be actually in the car for this to work. So this is just connected to a battery so that I could do this easily. So the first thing you have to do is to unpair yourself or turn off Bluetooth. So I'm going to turn off the Bluetooth and I'm going to leave Wi-Fi on. I'm then going to see if I can find connectivity to this device. And you can see it's here and it's already connected. Unfortunately, I had it connected earlier when I was testing this out. Okay, so once it's connected, here's the thing. Your phone's probably going to say, oh no, you don't have any internet, so we're not going to work. See, basically it's saying, okay, so there's no internet, so we're going to connect only this time. And it's going to go ahead and connect it and not try to reconnect to something that does have internet, right? So I've got all these other different locations that could actually get internet. You do not want to have internet when this goes down. So that's something that could be confusing to some folks. I'm going to go ahead and open up the internet browser. And it's saying that it can't reach Google, which is normal. Now what you're going to do is type in an IP address, which is the actual address of this device, which is 192.168. AAWireless, you just run the app and hit update, and it does everything for you. Okay, so now when you actually go here, there's a little tiny web server running on this device. I've already put in my name of my car and the year and everything, and it knows all this other information. Then I'm ready to hit check update. And now it tells you to turn off the Wi-Fi and go back to using mobile data. So I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi, right? I'm going to wait for my mobile data to kick in, which it should be at this point, and then hit confirm. And then it will actually check for the update. I found this a little hinky. All right, so now when I run it again, it says that I'm already on the latest version. I'm assuming it would have downloaded and updated. This was out of the factory, out of the box. It was updated to the latest, so I did not need another version update. So I haven't seen what it actually looks like to update this thing all the way front to back. But the fact that you have to turn off Bluetooth, turn on Wi-Fi, connect to the web server here, hit check for update, turn off your Wi-Fi, turn back on your mobile device, your mobile data, and then confirm, and then it will go and find the update. I thought that was a little hinky. But listen, it saves you from having to use an app. It lets you use any browser that you want to do it. So there's definitely pluses and minuses. But if I had to remove any points from this review, I would say that the update process, while not necessary, nor has it been necessary in my experience so far, I think that that's one area where they could have definitely improve that process just a little bit. But now you have a full-blown tutorial on how to do it. The instructions in the manual weren't very clear, in my opinion anyway. So I think that if they weren't clear for me, they wouldn't be clear for you either. So we took the CarlinKit out on a 4-hour road trip to take my son up to camp. Now this was up in Prescott, Arizona, where, listen, there's going to be some dropout locations, there's going to be some dead zones. I thought it would be a really good test. And we had zero problems with this device. In fact, I even tried to upgrade it while I was on the road. My wife was driving, I was not distracted driving. And we had no problems whatsoever. No dropouts, no freezes, no hiccups, no reboots required. It was pain-free. Now, my wife has just gone back up to pick my son up from camp, taking that exact same 4-hour trip with the AAWireless device that we've been using for some time. She experienced dropouts and had to do a reboot of the device to get it back online. Her endorsement of a product probably means more than my endorsement of the product. So it's good to know that my wife actually prefers this, and in fact she said the minute she pulls in the driveway, she wants this one put back in her car over the AAWireless. Not saying the AAWireless isn't a good product, because it was working fine for me, but my wife is a little bit of a Luddite, and frankly having a device that's completely pain-free works out very well for her. However, that doesn't mean there's not some Negative points about this device. Obviously, you've seen the upgrade process. That is completely hanky, right? We are an app-driven society. It would be so much better to open up an app, run your update, click your button switches and knobs to change frequencies or whatever else there is in there to monkey with. Unfortunately, doing that through a web browser, I understand what they were going for and it makes sense, and now you have a tutorial to show you how to do it. I got to go through it myself. So I would say that that's a weak spot. The other weak spot about this device is it is not a multi-user device. So what I mean by that is whoever's Bluetooth connects first wins. Let me give you a scenario. My wife and I both have AAWireless devices in our car. We can actually use the app to flip between whose phone has access to the device. If there are two devices in close proximity to each other, in other words, my wife and I's phones are both available at the same time, that could cause confusion. This device was not designed to be connected and flipped between by more than one user. For example, my phone being in the house is within Bluetooth range of my vehicle and my wife's vehicle. So if I were connected to this device and my wife were connected to this device, whoever phone got to it first would win. That's not really what you want. The AAWireless allows you to switch between users, give priority to which user gets the device first. If you are a single car, single driver scenario, no problems here. However, if you are in a multi-driver scenario, you may want to consider the AAWireless as the device of choice because it does allow you to easily give priority to one device over another. And I think in a lot of cases, that's going to be important to people. What do I think? What's my final verdict? Should you get this thing? I like it. My wife loves it, right? Now, this would be amazing to take with you for car rentals. No apps to install, nothing to reconfigure, just hit the Bluetooth and you're done. So a traveler's device, a single user device, probably never need to upgrade it. So maybe the upgrade process isn't a big deal. Thanks so much for joining us on this trip. I hope you enjoyed looking at the CarLink CPC200 Android to Android Auto wireless adapter. If you liked what you saw, if you got something out of this video, please like the video, subscribe, you'll get more great videos like this. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And of course, leave a comment down below the description. Every comment helps, good or bad. Do you have one of these things? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you want to send it to your mother-in-law as a gag gift? You tell us in the comments below. And listen, it really helps out. Comments really help drive some traffic to the channel, and we really appreciate taking the time to do so. I'm Shane R. Monroe. As always, thanks so much for watching, and take care.